Okay, the first thing I want to say is Happy New Year to everybody watching this. I hope you guys have an amazing and blessed 2022. 2021 was a great year. We had so many great memories on this channel, and we've grown a lot, but now it's time to keep it going in 2022. The Raptors, they are going into 2022 with a W. They take care of business against the shorthanded Clippers, and they were at home with no fans. If you haven't heard, the Raptors are not going to be playing their next couple of home games with any fans. They are going to be playing in an empty Scotiabank Arena. And I don't know about you guys, but watching the game, it was pretty depressing seeing the game play without fans, but it is what it is. We're at this point with everything going on in the world, and all I'll say is this. I hope fans come back very, very soon because the Raptors thrive off their fans, and the Raptors did look flat at times in this game. I honestly thought they were going to blow this one. And I was thinking to myself, wow, that video that I put out the other day about the Raptors possibly breaking out in 2022, that's going to age horribly if the Raptors end up losing this game. But luckily, the Raptors were able to go on a run at the end of the game. I think it was like a 7-0 run to put this game out of reach, and they win this game 116-108. I know the Clippers were missing a ton of guys, but it was good that the Raptors had a ton of guys back. Yes, the Raptors saw a lot of familiar faces, and this was the closest they've been to healthy pretty much all season. The only guy they were missing is one of their biggest pieces, that is Scotty Barnes. It shouldn't be too serious. We should see him next week. But all in all, Ken Burch played, Siakam, Van Vliet, OG, Gary Trent Jr., Precious Ochiuwa, Malachi Flynn, everybody was back from protocols. It was good to see the Raptors at full strength. And like I said, it was a little bit of a struggle in this game. It was a struggle to watch at times. But the Raptors, they closed the deal when they needed to. And you got to credit the big three for the Raptors. Siakam, 25 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists. He's been putting up big-time numbers. You cannot ignore the fact that Siakam is balling out right now, and he is filling up the stat sheet. And I am probably one of Siakam's biggest critics, but I have to acknowledge the fact that he is playing out of his mind right now, and it's great to see. This is what you want to see from Siakam, game in and game out. Fred VanVleet, 31 points. He had a monster game, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. OG, 26 and 6 rebounds. Good to see all three of these guys back. And it's interesting. The Raptors haven't had a lot of games this season where that big three have all played together on the court. And we saw how good these guys can be when they're all out there together. That's one of the main points I made in my last video about why the Raptors could break out in 2022 is the fact that they're getting all their guys back. And we have had stretches of the season, whether it was OG or Siakam, the Raptors have not had their big three intact. And we see when these three guys are clicking how good they can be out there. And then you're going to add Scotty Barnes into the mix. You know this team is going to be deadly. And Gary Trent Jr. did have an off night, but it's okay. You know he's going to get his buckets. I am interested to see, though, what the lineup is going to look like with Scotty coming back. Are the Raptors going to elect to go back to small ball, which is likely the case? Or are they going to roll out Ken Burch, who did have 19 minutes in tonight's game, had 6 and 5. He shared the workload with Ochiuwa. All signs are pointing that they will go back to that small ball lineup. I don't know how I feel about that long term. I've already, expressed myself about that. But as long as the Raptors have these talented players, you cannot bench one of them. I mean, you're not bringing Scotty Barnes from off the bench, nor are you bringing Gary Trent Jr. So we'll see what happens there. That's what I'm interested to see into the new year, how that plays out. But, yeah, the Raptors overall, they held their own on the glass. They were able to, get points in the paint, 42-36. They were struggling from 3, 31%, but overall 41% from the field. And they made stops when they needed, and they hit key buckets to put this game out of reach. Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, this guy is literally steady Freddy. Like, he is the guy that I want with the ball in his hands at the end of a game. I know a lot of people can get on his case when he doesn't have a good end to the game. We saw it, not too long ago when he was jacking up shots. I think it was that Nets game. But at the end of the day, steady Freddy, he's looking like that guy. When you want to put the game on ice, you give him the ball and he's going to hit a big-time shot. He hit a big-time three with less than, 40, 30 seconds left in this game to put it away. So the Raptors are back. And I just want to emphasize again, we are going to see what this team is truly made of going into the new year. I know a lot of people are thinking lottery. I know a lot of people are already thinking lost season. But all I'll say is this. Give this team the benefit of the doubt. I know it's been a roller coaster end to 2021. But again, this team has faced so many guys in and out of the lineup, whether it was injury or health and safety protocol. Fingers crossed, 2022 is going to start off on the right foot with everybody being back. And if this team can just stay healthy and the worst of health and safety protocols are behind them, we'll see what this team can do at their very best. And if after all that, they still look mediocre, that's when you're going to make some decisions. But for right now, I would say stay patient, see what this team can do. And the trade deadline is going to be coming up. We'll see what happens there. Are the Raptors going to get aggressive and trade for a center? And are they going to try to move Goran Dragic? Because right now, Goran Dragic, I think, is in Miami putting shots up. So clearly, he's played his last game as a Raptor. We're not seeing Goran Dragic at all moving forward. Nick Nurse pretty much indicated that. Before I continue, today's video sponsor is Manscaped. Because of course it is. Get yourself the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 going into 2022, which includes the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver Ball Deodorant, Moisturizer, and Toner. They also just launched their new 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner, which has key ingredients with benefits that include hydrating, nutritioning, and conditioning the scalp, plus strengthening your hair at the same time. It's the season to load up on Manscaped products. So get yourself, your dad, your brother, and friends the best gift of all, the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with promo code LUCA3 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with promo code LUCA3 at manscaped.com. So there's still a lot to play out here as we head on over to the new year. But if there's one thing you want to do, you do want to beat a depleted Clippers team, because if they did lose this game, that would have been very problematic. And you want to go into 2022 with some momentum. So we'll see what happens with the Raptors, and we'll see how they overcome not playing with fans. This is the part that pisses me off. I mean, there's nothing the Raptors can do, but the Raptors are one of the best teams at home. I know not for this season. I don't know what's gone on with them, but historically speaking, the Raptors have always been one of the better home court advantage teams. Like, this is a team that thrives off their crowd, and now not having anybody in the gym, you saw it at some points of this game. The Raptors looked really flat and they looked very low in energy. We're going to see how this team looks when they take on some better opponents who are healthy in an empty stadium, and see how the Raptors can respond to when the other team is making a run or when their shot isn't falling. So that is going to be another barrier the Raptors have to overcome. It's like one thing goes well for this team and then the next thing doesn't. But all in all, you got to like the fact that the Raptors are all back healthy together. Scotty Barnes, come on over, man. You got to get back to that number one spot on the whole Rookie of the Year ladder, because Franz Wagner took number one and all Raptors fans are losing their mind on Twitter. But yeah, that is it, guys. Let me know what you think of this Raptors team going into the new year. Where's your optimism level at? Are you optimistic? Are you not so optimistic? Let me know. Comment with your thoughts down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't new. But I think the Raptors are ready to roll. I do. I think this team is better than what their record indicates. And I think if everything is in order and things are in check, this team still has a chance to make a little bit of noise in the East. Because right now, you look at the bottom of the East. I'm talking playing 7-8. There's not a lot of separation. It's not crazy good. The top half of the East is amazing. It's great. I mean, teams like the Bulls, the Nets, the Bucks, etc. But the bottom half of the East, there's still a lot to play for. So we'll see if the Raptors are a part of that equation when it's all said and done. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. Happy New Year. And this is Luca Rosano signing off. I'll catch you all again in the next video.